Buddy, welcome back to Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we are diving in here on a weekday night, evening, wherever you may be in the world, depending on the time. It may be night, it may be day. It is what it is. But we are here talking Pittsburgh Steelers football and diving into some news of the day. Not really news of the day, but some takeaways from yesterday, really. Winners, losers. I want to talk about that with you guys and what you feel were some winners from yesterday's ball game. I want to know what you thought maybe were some losers from yesterday's ball game. I could come up with a couple easy ones off the top of my head, but we'll dive into that conversation. Also, Steelers beat writer Ray Fittipaldo makes a bold statement here, talking about Mike Tomlin possibly still pulling the strings in Arthur Smith's offense. And is this the reason that maybe Matt Canada failed? Is that partially the reason? So we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff also. And I want to talk about former player in the NFL, Mark Schlereth, former Denver Bronco, and his bold, ridiculous comments that continue to come about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not sure what this clown got a hard-on for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he surely does, and his comments are absolutely out there at times. And it makes you wonder, what in the hell does he have against this team? So, hold on, guys. I'm bringing up my computer. But we're going to talk about that shit, too. As we move through the show. So a lot to talk about here on a Monday, a victory Monday, as the Pittsburgh Steelers improved to 2-0 yesterday, which is the main takeaway from yesterday's game, is that it was a W. Yes, it was ugly. Yes, there are a lot of things to work on, but yet there is still potential. There are things that if you rewatch that game, you rewatch that Atlanta game, and you watch the Steelers offense and the talent that they have, you watch that Steelers defense, and there is so much more meat on the bone on both sides of the football, and that should be very encouraging for you as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That should be very scary for opposing teams, in my opinion, because I think they are truly discounting what this Pittsburgh Steelers team can do in terms of damage here in the front half of this season right now, as that's what we're in, that front half. Definitely, I feel like the Steelers are being a little bit underestimated, and I'm all cool with it, but some people like Mark Schlereth need to curb their rhetoric a little bit, man. It gets on my nerves a little bit sometimes. Oh, thank you, Biz. Appreciate you, bro. Biz comes in with the super chat, man. Thank you, man. Not sure what to think. Offense is worse than last year. They played better teams through 2 weeks last year, but they're still 2-0, trying to be positive, just not super positive. And I think Biz right there hit the nail on the head with what he said at the end of that statement. Be positive, but don't get overly positive, guys, because honestly, there are still deficiencies, but we have to live in reality. And I agree there. Biz is right. They played a little bit higher caliber teams last year in those first two games. You saw the ass beating they took on opening day from the San Francisco 49ers. They have played a little bit lesser competition, but I don't want you to discount that Atlanta Falcons team. That was a good ball club. That really was a highly talented ball club. And one other thing that I've heard people say, and it kind of goes with what Biz was saying there, people were talking about, a weaker team, stronger teams here in the front half of the season as opposed to last year. But then I heard people saying that, the Steelers defense didn't face any real talent at the wide receiver spot. You had Drake London. You had, all those guys from the Atlanta Falcons. You had Cortland Sutton yesterday, whom I think is a really good wide receiver. You've had some talent there. Yeah, but still weaker teams. I will give you that, no doubt. But definitely, totally agree with Biz's comment there about being positive, but not over positive. You got to live in reality, and that's what Steel City Live is all about. We're living in reality, and a lot of fans don't like to live in reality, guys. That's the truth. A lot of fans don't. They want to believe that the Steelers do no wrong, and that's what it is. And if you say anything ill-willed, you know, shame on you. That's most fans' philosophy. It is what it is. But we will live in reality here for sure. Again, thank you to Biz for that super chat. Truly appreciate it. Let's get to the chat here real quick before we dive into all of that stuff here on the show, on the daily live stream. So make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us. I'm going to bring up the show on my computer, but let me get through the chat here real quick. Miss Pittsburgh, good evening. Good to see you with the terrible towel raising. Absolutely hit the shit out of that like button. Appreciate it. What's up, TD? What's up, Brent? Biz, I don't know about this team. Truth be heard. Brent, hi, everyone. Could y'all help me settle a work time debate? Was Prince pop or rock? Prince was both. That's my opinion. Maybe other people will have a little bit more of a different comment about that. But I thought Prince was a little of both, and he was fun, man. What's up, John Broadway, Joshua Shields? What's up, Nathaniel Sampson? What's up, man? Good to see you guys all in the chat. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. What's up, man? Steelers do have a top shelf defense, Jeffrey. As far as being the best in the NFL, that could very well be true. And that's why whenever I said at the top of the show here, when there is still meat left on the bone for both the offense and the defense, when you look at that Steelers defense and you think to yourself there's still a lot of room for improvement, that has to be super scary for some teams out there, man. Because this Steelers team can rush four and they can come at you with four. With four, guys. That's rare. That's awesome. That is something to really hang your hat on as a defense. And when they want to get exotic and they want to get eccentric here as the season moves on with different types of blitz packages, bringing maybe some numbers, you might want to look out because they might get to the quarterback rather quickly and really cause some major disruptions for opposing offenses. Let's continue to go, John Broadway. I'm just happy that Mount Washington finally got the TD. Congratulations. Yeah, we got to give a shout out to Big Darnell, man. I got to give a shout out to Darnell Washington, too. I've been a Darnell Washington fan since the moment he was drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Darnell's special to me through YouTube here for one reason, and I'll explain that. Darnell, I made a short about Darnell, and that was the first time that I had ever got over, I think it's like over 130,000 views now. That was the first video that I had ever got that many views on. I never made no real money off of it, but still the views was awesome, man. Way over 100,000 views. So Darnell holds a little special spot in my heart because I got a video with those views from him. Let's keep going. So, yeah, congratulations to Big Darnell. What's up, Beer Malls, Biz? Oh, that was from Nathaniel. Michael C., what do you think about the quarterback situation? I'm going to talk about that here, definitely. Let me bring that up. Let me bring the show up so I can get into the chat on my computer because, again, guys, we are switching to StreamYard here soon. I have some things that I've been mulling over in terms of my production, in terms of what direction I want to take the show, in terms of making it better for you guys to chat it up, better for you guys to view, easier for you guys to view, all that good stuff. So I take too long sometimes in making those decisions. I need to be a little bit more fly by the seat of my pants sometimes with that, and I don't. But yeah, definitely I'm about to be making some moves here with all that. So make sure you keep your eye out for all that stuff. Michael C., we talked about that. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. The quarterback situation in Pittsburgh. I don't think there is a quarterback situation in Pittsburgh. And I made a video earlier talking about that I think Justin Fields is the quarterback one now. This is his team. And yeah, it sucks for Russell Wilson, but I never said anything ill-willed about Russell Wilson in that video. Russell Wilson got a hurt calf muscle. Bummer. Sucks for him. He's a very wealthy man. I think he'll be okay. However, I got some comments. Some people that don't watch the video will say the hate on Russell Wilson's ridiculous. But if you're Mike Tomlin and you're this Pittsburgh Steelers franchise, how do you take out Justin Fields now when you're paying them basically both the same amount of money? Peanuts, nothing, basically nothing. You're paying these guys in football salary at the quarterback position. You're paying them nothing. How do you take a guy out that has led the Steelers to 2 games in the win column? You've seen the Steelers improve each week, and some people may say that that's a lie, that I'm telling a lie there. But please turn on the tape for the second time. Rewind things. Look at how the line is. Look at how the receivers are. Look at how the scheme is developing throughout the game. Look at the pieces starting to fit together. Look at Justin Fields and his processing and the way he takes a chance here and there. How are those things all coming together? And I think that there is a very high ceiling, a very high probability that this Steelers offense could be successful behind Justin Fields. And it makes 0 sense for Mike Tomlin to go out there and put Justin Fields on the bench. One, it ruins his confidence. It does. He's starting to build confidence. This team, you tear down their confidence. You change the game plan in a drastic way. You are now learning to block and protect a guy like Justin Fields that can manipulate the pocket and move and run and do things that Russell just cannot right now. Russ once did, but he cannot right now. So that changes the dynamic of the offensive line, the way the backs block, the way the backs run, the way the wide receivers run their routes, the way the wide receivers block downfield, the way the defense is going to be playing. It affects everything. And we could just sit here and nitpick it and break it down in a gazillion different ways. But the quarterback position being changed changes the dynamic of the football team schematically, emotionally, in several ways. It changes it. And you can't do that if you're Mike Tomlin right now. But that is going to bring us to something here about Ray Fittipaldo, Steelers beat writer, talking about Mike Tomlin possibly having his hand too far deep into that offense yet again. So we're going to talk about that. Let me catch up on the chat. Daniel Warman, good to see you. I think the longer Justin Fields plays, the better the offense will gel around him. Also, I hate the new kickoff rule. I'm still indifferent about the kickoff rule. I agree about Justin Fields. It's good to see you in the chat, Daniel. For sure, reps are what gets these people better, and that's why I felt like they totally dropped the ball with Broderick Jones this season. I thought that the Steelers needed to come out, and they're partially to blame for his poor play right now. I think the Steelers needed to come out here in mini camps, OTAs, training camp, with Troy Fautanu at the right, Broderick Jones at the left, and said, these are our guys. These are the people we've invested high value in draft capital. We are rolling with those guys. And I think things would be a lot different right now as we go into week 3 if they would have played that card that way. I think that would have been the way to go. But yeah, the new kickoff rule, verdict's still out for me. I'm not thrilled with it yet, though, Daniel. Nathaniel Sampson, that bobblehead is sure unique. It is. It's very unique. You can't find it anywhere. If you could find that bobblehead from 1975, please tell me because I want another one. Biz, I think the defense has, they've played, the defenses they've played were way worse. I know the Steelers' defense is real. Yeah, I agree. I know Atlanta had a decent defense. I'm not going to discount Atlanta. But I felt like the Steelers should have hung 34 points on the Denver Broncos. I believe that truly. I still believe that. That's what I picked the Steelers to do. I knew there was a great chance they wouldn't, but they, in my eyes, I still think that there were some missed opportunities, and I think they could have scored a hell of a lot more if they wouldn't have shot themselves in the foot. Justin Fields, his numbers look a little bit anemic also because they shot themselves in the foot with some of those penalties and things of that nature too. So yes, the defense that we have played so far, if you average them together, they've been worse than what they started out with last year. Absolutely, I can't disagree with that. Rich Kuzma, what's up? Terry Crowder, Raiders. Hey, your Raiders came back and beat those Ratbirds. So, yeah, good job by the Las Vegas Raiders taking the Vegas Ratbirds and dropping them down a game. We needed that, guys. And honestly, the Baltimore Ravens are they are going to head into a matchup with the Dallas Cowboys. I know the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Saints, but I think the Saints are a little bit better than people are giving them credit for. They've hung a couple big numbers here. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna turn on a light. But yeah, they go and play the Cowboys here in Week 3, and honestly, I truly think that there is a real chance, real chance, that you see the Ratbirds go to 0-3. I really truly believe that. All right, guys. We're about 15, almost 16 minutes into the show, so make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live, your favorite YouTube show, your favorite live show, as you can get in the chat, be involved in the show, talk Steelers, talk NFL, just talk football in general and have a good time and have your voice heard as a fan. So don't forget to get yourself that Mic Drop Mafia membership. We're going to be doing a giveaway this week, but I want to give the opportunity till about Wednesday or so for more people if they would like to jump in and get involved in the giveaway for this month, the month of September, as we do a monthly giveaway every month. But that's only open to Mic Drop Mafia members. That's 99 cents a month, only 99 cents a month, will always be 99 cents a month. Maybe one day, guys, we'll get this up, man. Maybe one day we'll get this channel going. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers, so we've done pretty well so far. One day I would like to make it a full-time job. I really, truly would, man. My profession, that I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, it's hospital stuff, respiratory therapy. So, yeah, that's by trade what I do. But I would love to do this. This is what I would love to do. So maybe one day we'll get the ranks up there a little bit higher. But we've only been doing this, a year and a half now, heading toward 2 years. So I feel good about where we're at, almost to 4,000 subscribers. And again, I always want to thank you guys for that. Coming in with super chats like Biz did tonight. I got a super chat from Beer Malls last night. People doing those types of things, donating to memberships, doing all that kind of stuff, watching, liking, sharing, just subscribing and being here, man. You guys have made this an amazing journey, and it takes off a lot here during football season, and I can start to see that now happening again. So it's really, really cool. Maybe maybe this will be the year we take it to the top. So we'll see what happens here in our short little life here on Mic Drop Sports. Beer Malls, this will be the real test. Herbert is the best quarterback we have faced this year by far. The Chargers camping out in North Carolina to keep that East Coast mentality. This is going to be a good game. I got to say this, guys. I totally agree, and I'm going to give you my keys to victory on Wednesday or Thursday. I've been breaking down some Chargers tape from this short season so far. Here, only 2 games. What they were able to do against the Carolina Panthers and what they were able to do in Week 1. I can't remember that game for the life of me. I watched it today, actually, but I can't remember who the hell it was. But anyway, they're a good ball club. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to really respect the mobility of Justin Herbert. The arm of Justin Herbert can hurt you also. But guys, I've watched, and I really have a good feeling that the Steelers defense is going to be able to play Justin Herbert really, really well. And I say that why? Justin Herbert makes some foolish mistakes because he doesn't let plays die. He'll be going to the ground and try to make a throw. And I think that with the way the Steelers are able to put pressure on the quarterback, I think that you may see a couple mistakes from Justin Herbert this week. And I say that pretty confidently because of the way he plays. It's his style. He's a gunslinger, and I appreciate it. I like gunslingers, but I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers can really take advantage of that defensively. Also, you're really going to have to watch out if you're the Steelers on defense, because this is why I really looked at their offense. Now, their defense I haven't got to just yet, but offensively, the Steelers really need to look out for the motions and the misdirections off of the motions. They run good play action. They run good fakes. They run good misdirections. They are very good at misleading the defenses that they're facing. And definitely the Steelers are going to have to do what, guys? It's something that always is preached in football from a very small age. When you first get into football, and that's do your job, stay in your lane, stay at home. And that's what you need to do if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You cannot afford to get out of sorts, man. Get wonky and you try to play out of position. You can't do that. This week is going to be do your damn job, stay in your damn lanes, keep everything contained, put pressure on the quarterback. It's got to go down to a real simple philosophy in order to beat the Chargers. Again, guys, I will give my keys to victory. I will break that down a little bit further. I do have some more nuggets that I saw while I was watching the offense, but we'll dive into all that a little bit more. Prince was all that most musicians wish they could be. Jazz, rock, fun. Hey, I agree, John. Billy Billionaire. How about them Saints? They did do well, dude. They've hung a number up twice, man, in a row. They have definitely impressed me so far this young season. John Broadway. So did I. I'm very keen on Darnell Washington and why it took this long it's a freaking mystery to my football thinking. Guys, this is what the topic we need to talk about. And everything keeps reverting back to that. I have it circled here on my page. I've circled it 100 times. We need to talk about it, and we need to talk about it now. I'll get back to the chat here. Yeah, Tyrone, you did call that, brother. Good job, man. You knew your shit, brother. Let's talk about Mike Tomlin. Does he have his hand in this offense too far? Is he holding this offense back, trying to be a little bit too conservative? I think maybe that is the truth. Again, Steelers beat writer Ray Fittipaldo seems to think that Mike Tomlin is too involved yet again with the Arthur Smith system. And that is starting to hold it back already. Then it makes you wonder, because Mike Tomlin's not been super successful offensively here as of late, since I can remember for a while now. We could rewind time and figure out when he was, but recent history, he's not been very successful with his teams offensively. He just has not. Even in the last part of Ben's career, they were not. They weren't successful. They weren't. So is that the truth? Do you guys think that that's the issue? Is that a real problem here? Is that why the Steelers are not ever challenging things down the field, challenging to push the ball down the field, trying to be ultra aggressive? The most exotic thing we do is an end around, a jet sweep or something. I'm just saying, man, there's something wrong. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. I do see the potential in the improvement each week. I got to say that. But there is something going on that holds this system back as a whole. I don't know the answer there. But Ray Fittipaldo brings up a very good point that may be the issue. It may very well be. And maybe it's something that shouldn't be overlooked. So I want to hear from you guys about that too. Let me catch up in the chat again. How about Derek Carr, man's playing lights out? He is, Billy. Yeah, definitely. Derek Carr has always been a quarterback in my eyes that in the right system with the right players could be ultra successful. And I think you're seeing that in New Orleans. And I think you'll continue to see that as long as Derek Carr has the people around him, the supporting cast, he will be successful because he is a good quarterback, always has been. Sometimes, though, where he was playing, that team is very highly dysfunctional. And that's probably what held him back a great deal. So maybe now with the Saints, he can do a little bit more. NJ Durham, Fields has done nothing. Russell is better, period. Those comments like that, they're, no offense, NJ, but they're unintelligent. You're literally just saying, Fields done nothing. Russ better. What, that don't tell me anything. That doesn't say anything to me. You got to explain what you're even talking about, because if you're saying Justin Fields has done nothing, you're wrong. You don't know football. You know nothing about the game. You haven't watched the games. You can't possibly know anything about football if you said Justin Fields has done nothing, because that is bullshit. That's a lie. So we have to be real. We have to be truthful. And I'm not calling you out to be ignorant or an asshole to you. But if you put those comments in, you open yourself up to this type of stuff. And you evidently haven't watched the games, NJ. And I'm not trying to be rude to you again. But Justin Fields has steadily improved these 2 weeks. Justin Fields has improved in areas of deficiencies these past 2 weeks. You have to turn on the tape maybe the second time to see that. You have to understand him what he's asked, or what he's being asked to do also. Mike Tomlin, what's he want to do? Be conservative, not lose the game, not push the issue, not turn the ball over. Perhaps what we just brought up, maybe that's part of that, why you're not seeing some of these big, huge splash plays. But you got to come with a little bit more than Justin Fields has done nothing. He did throw a touchdown pass. He threw some other beautiful balls that were, pulled back because of what? Penalties. And then that's another mishap on Mike Tomlin, in my opinion. Inserting Broderick Jones randomly in a game that he didn't start. And, the minute he makes a mistake, you yank him out. I just think you're trying to just screw with that kid's development, or that young man's development. But that's besides the point. But you got to come with better. What has Russ done here this year? Nothing yet, because he's been injured, and that's okay. I'm not saying Russ is bad at all, because I think Russ is a good quarterback. I think he still has some fuel in the tank. But right now, Russ is not better than Justin. And I've been the hardest person on Justin probably in all of the media world. I have been so hard on Justin, so hard. I have talked about his deficiencies ad nauseum, and I won't even dive into them that deep here right now. But right now, with a bum calf muscle, you cannot say in any way, shape, or form that Russell Wilson is better than Justin Fields right now, this second, because it's not true. If you can't move, you can't do anything with a banged up offensive front, it doesn't make sense. You got to play with the players that you have available to you. And Russell Wilson isn't even available. So to make that comment is kind of a moot point anyway, because it doesn't matter who's better or who's not, because it does not matter at all. But anyway, I just wanted to explain that a little bit, so we'll move on. Again, I wasn't trying to beat you down, man. G Stacks, no hate on Russ. What loyalty do you have to Russ, let alone either quarterback? Both are under 1-year contracts. In my opinion, the Steelers should ride with Fields and let him grow with this team. He's just 25. And I think that's the position that they're in right now. They have to do that. And again, I think you're right where with the first part of your comment. We have no loyalty if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. You have no loyalty to either one of them. See who does best, roll the dice, see what works, and right now you have no choice. You're going with Justin Fields. Russ is injured. Guys, you've saw people get put on the IR recently, big-time players. Christian McCaffrey, for what? What did he go on the IR for? Calf injury. What really derailed Joe Burrow last season? Calf injury. What does these calf injuries in older players typically lead to? Achilles injuries, more calf injuries. These are touchy things, and you got to rally behind the guy that's available, and you got to build the game plan around the guy that's available, and you can't just automatically throw Justin Fields to the bench to change the whole damn game plan again. You're not allowing this team to gain any type of continuity, especially along a young offensive front that can't afford to have a new game plan, new system in every other week. That's not what you want to do. You can't play musical chairs at the quarterback position. That is a recipe for absolute disaster. We've seen it in the city of Pittsburgh before with the Mason, the Duck, all that bullshit that went on with that. the Kenny, the Mitch, the Mason, that little trio. We've seen it. It ends in disaster. The story doesn't end well. So there's no reason to ever do that. So I agree with G. We have no loyalty. See how this thing goes. Ride with the young fella right now and see how it goes. And again, I've been hard on Justin Fields, but yeah, it's the right choice. Right now, it's the right choice. And again, guys, circumstance changes. So opinions and thoughts got to change and evolve with them too. Biz says, absolutely hate the new kickoff rule. I've seen a lot of you guys say that you dislike that, and you guys are hardcore football people. You watch a lot of NFL football. You live, eat, breathe it. And definitely, it's kind of discouraging to me to see that because that means a lot of fans aren't liking it. And, hey, maybe it's not working. Again, verdict's still out for me. So far, I'm not like a huge fan of it. I can't say that I dislike it yet, but a lot of you guys are saying that you don't like it. It makes me wonder if it'll be something that sticks or not. All right, guys, we're 30 minutes in. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live. You can double tap that screen. That will like the content. Also, there might be a drop-down box in the upper right-hand corner of your screen with 3 little white dots. You can hit that drop-down box, and support our channel, man. You can support it how Biz did today through Super Chats. You can support it by becoming just a regular subscriber. You can support it by hitting the like button, sharing the content. You can support it by becoming a Mafia member for 99 cents a month. There are so many ways that you can support the channel and our work here as we continue to deliver our absolute best to you day in, day out to bring you the most truthful Steelers content, NFL content on the internet, in my opinion. We're not sugarcoating shit. We're not trying to do clickbait stuff. Because here's the things, guys. I've done videos where I have put clickbait type titles on them, and they've done really well, thousands of views. But I try to stay away from it, man. I try to not do that because, yeah, I could make money off of it probably, but is it worth it? No. I just rather keep it straight, man. Keep it straight. Fields was drafted by a discombobulated organization in Chicago. They really didn't build with and around Justin. Can't argue with that. And that is the truth. Justin didn't do himself no favors, though, by turning the ball over, fumbling, things that he could have controlled. His processing of the defense, definitely something he could have controlled. Some of the things under center that he does not have the ability to do, he could control those things. Yeah, there's things Justin could have controlled, but yet Chicago did him no favors at all. Tyrone Johnson, what receiver is going to step up? Any free agents? I look for the Steelers to make some type of move if something don't start to evolve. I still truly believe in Van Jefferson. Many out there in the media world seems to think that he's absolutely horrible. I still seem to think that he could be a solid 3-4 type guy. I really, really do, and I think he could fill in as a 2 when needed. But I still think that a guy like a Roman Wilson, a guy like a Calvin Austin, those guys are really going to have to step up and really divide the labor into that number 2 position on the depth chart and really start to provide some quality reps. If not, the Steelers are going to have to go out there and make a move, man. And it's going to have to involve a trade from somebody. The only way I think a trade happens is if the Pittsburgh Steelers are on a real roll headed toward the trade deadline. They're going to kind of be forced to make a move because you're going to have to add somebody. You can't go without making a move when you know you have a chance to go chase the Lombardi Trophy because all you need is a chip in a chair, man, inside of the playoffs. And I could see my Steelers winning a divisional or winning a playoff game, and you could see them in a divisional round. Now, all bets are off after that. I mean, shit, but I could see the Steelers team making it. Because I think they're going to get better on offense. I know people are like, they don't score points. What I see when I turn the tape on is definitely a team that can get it done. 434 breaking it down. What's up, Biz? I'm going to hear the argument for Fields before I say anything. No, Fields, dude. Fields is one of those players that even myself, I'm like, damn, man, you're damned if you do with him, you're damned if you don't. You see the ceiling, you see the potential, you see what he could get out there and do. The ceiling's so high. You know his athleticism, you know what he can do in terms of arm talent. And then you look at some of the things that he can't do. He can't process well. He can't make decisions very well sometimes. His anticipation blows at times. Things of that nature that have hindered him. His turnover things situation has been bad over the years. But damn, it's just like, when is that guy going to put it all together? And I keep seeing little flashes, little pieces. And that's what I'm hanging my hat on right now with Justin Fields, to try to really be encouraged by him. And again, it's all a mute point with me, because it's like Russ isn't available. Russ has that calf injury. And changing quarterbacks now, I think, would do way more harm to this team than it would be good. It's just my thinking right now. Again, though, circumstances could change. And my opinion could change too. All right, guys, I'm going to get a drink real quick. I wanted to see Russ too, Beer Malls. I'm not yet sold 1,000% on Fields either. But all signs point to what? Justin Fields just being a guy right now, and that's just the right decision. That has to be made for this football team, and Justin Fields is the guy that has to be there right now. Has to. Wave those terrible towels for Miss Pittsburgh. Hold on. Let me get back. Hold on. There we go. Explore Your World 2019. The offense will be just fine with this defense. If the offense can even be a 15th ranked offense, we're going to win a ton of games. Yeah, and like I said earlier in the offseason, and like many of you have said the same thing I'm about to say, is if the Steelers can average, a 24-pointer, 24 to 25 points a game, that's perfect for them, man. The defense will keep you in all of those games. And it's not like you're asking them to go out and light the world on fire every week. And you can win those tight ones, because the defense will get you the ball back in those situations more times than not. What's up, Craig Werlo? Ravens are in trouble. Dallas game will be fun to watch, because I can't stand either team. Me either. I hate both teams. We play Dallas, I believe, don't we? I believe we play Dallas, right? Yeah, we do, and it's a regular season game. I have a friend that does some Dallas Cowboys content. He doesn't do long-form stuff, but I'm going to try to bring him on here during the Dallas week and get him OG Timmy. He was going to last year, I think, when we played him. I believe it was like preseason or something, maybe. Whenever it was, we were going to try to talk it up. But, yeah, I'm going to try to get him on. He knows some Dallas Cowboys stuff, so maybe we'll have fun talking with him. Boo, Eagles, boo. Biz dropping a few bucks here and there during the season ain't much. I don't always agree with Mike Drop, but this is probably the most legit Steelers stream I've watched, better than a lot of stuff. Thank you, Biz. I appreciate that, man. And I honestly, guys, I appreciate your hard-earned dollars, man. I know what this world is right now. I know how much it costs for everything, and every penny, man, is truly valued and appreciated, and definitely not wasted. We'll say that. So thank you, Biz, again. Russ, what's up? Jason wasn't pretty, but I will take the win. Impressed with maturity of Pickens. Had 4 big plays taken away first 2 games. Yeah, and that's something, Russ, that isn't being talked about. The maturity level of George Pickens with those things, because those are big number plays, man. So, yes, that is a giant step forward for a guy like George Pickens. So, definitely something to be ultra excited about as a fan in terms of what George can do. And, too, guys, having 4 targets for George Pickens in a football game is not, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's out of this world ridiculous. Having 4 targets for Pat Freiermuth in that game, out of this world ridiculous. Crazy. And that's game planning. That's scheming. That's all that kind of shit. Just saying, man. That's coaching. That's coaching. That has to be hung on them. Explorer World 2019, the current way Pittsburgh is running the offense, Brandon Ayuk would have been a waste. If Fields develops and becomes a down the field quarterback, then get another weapon to go along with Pickens. Yeah, that can't be argued really because, yeah, they're not really pushing the ball anywhere crazy just yet. I don't know if I'm putting it all on Justin, but I got to put a lot at Mike Tomlin's feet, and I think a lot of it's him being ultra conservative, and I think Arthur Smith has to take some of that blame too. John Broadway, he's talking to Craig Werlow. Danny George, what's up? If I was a defensive coordinator, I would definitely double cover Pickens, make another wide receiver beat them. Yeah, but this is the NFL too. Single covering these guys, man, won't work for long. And I can say that for sure. Maybe 1 week it would work, catch them off guard a little bit. Oh, these guys are wide open and Justin just misses them or whatever. But once a little bit of chemistry starts to develop between Justin Fields and these guys in real game action, not preseason, not training camp bullshit, but real games, once that starts to develop, maybe those single one-on-one matchups might really prove to be very detrimental for opposing defenses. All right, guys, hold on. I'm going to slide over because I'm going to stand up. Gonna stand it up. Stand it up. Hey, man, I love my arm. I missed it whenever I didn't have it at the townhouse and stuff when we were moving. It's nice to be back in a little bit more comfortable place here. I got to get a new chair. I got another desk downstairs. I'm going to add that. So when we switch to the different camera stuff, I'm going to have a place if we ever have a guest stop by. That might be cool. So we might be able to film from a couple different angles and shit. So things are on the up and up, bro. Things are on the up and up, guys. In the past, I would agree with you about Fields processing, but what I've seen in the last 2 games, he is beginning to process better. Yeah, he's beginning to. Yes, and I said that also. He's beginning to. But his processing is still deficient. It's still not NFL quarterback level. That's just the truth. But is it getting better? Absolutely. And that's why I say that I've seen slight improvement. I've seen reasons to be excited if you're a Steelers fan, if you really dissect this. I got to say Omar Khan was a nice change from Kevin Colbert. In his later years, KC did not evolve with the league. Cat moving slow and methodically got outdated. Yeah, he did. Definitely Kevin had a great career with the Steelers, but it was time for Omar Khan to be the guy. And I do like a new, exciting way of looking at things. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're sharing the content to everybody you know on all your social medias to really help us out here at Mike Drop Sports. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we continue to march toward 4,000 subscribers. We were almost to 3,600 here last I checked. So let's get that 4,000 here, guys. Let's continue to push and get those numbers popping here as we continue through our live content each and every day here on Steel City Live. Tomorrow night's programming will be about 8:15, 8:20. I'll be joined by your boy Sean. We'll be diving in to some Steelers keys to victory maybe with Sean, see what he thinks about that for this week's game against the Chargers. We'll talk maybe with Sean about some of the winners and losers, and that's what I want to dive into now. That was something I wanted to talk about tonight. What are some winners and losers from Sunday's game? I'll give you some of mine. And then we'll get back to the chat and things of that nature. But I'll give you some of mine here, some winners and losers. I think Justin Fields actually was a winner. I know his numbers weren't good, but he threw a touchdown pass. He did complete balls downfield that were called back, so his numbers would have been a little bit better. And I did see slight improvement, small improvement. I thought Najee Harris was a winner. He rushed for almost 70 yards. I thought that was a solid day. I just thought it was a solid performance from him. I thought Pat Freiermuth was a winner because of some of his catches. Now, the amount of catches weren't there, but the quality of catches were there. Darnell Washington was a winner because he showed that he can be a weapon inside of the red zone and really maybe open the eyes of the coaching staff to maybe possibly try to get him more involved. So I thought he was a winner. I thought WVU center Zach Frazier, now with the Steelers, the starting guy. I thought he was a winner because why, guys? Let's talk about this. Did you hear Zach Frazier's name more than one time? Nope. Nope, you didn't. You heard it once. And that was when he fumbled or snapped it early, and it was almost a turnover. Other than that, the kids played solid for 2 weeks straight. Best center in this draft here in 2024, hands down. I knew it was. I knew it. I just knew it. He's that guy. He's that guy. So T.J. Watt, I thought was a winner. I thought Deshaun Elliott has been lights out for the Steelers. That was another pick we've said all off season. We kept saying, if you watch this show, every day we mentioned who? Deshaun Elliott and what he was going to mean for this defense. And boy, sure as shit, he is really, he's really been a producer, man. I also thought that, who else? Oh, Corey Trice. That was the other winner I had. Why? Because he showed he can do it. He showed that he has the patience, the ability to cause turnovers, to be effective at the NFL level. And fingers crossed, he continues to stay healthy and continues to get more and more involved with the Steelers defense. Let's talk about some of the losers. Dan Moore Jr., I thought, had his worst game to date. I know it's short, but he was okay, but wasn't first game Dan Moore Jr. So we'll just say that. So I thought he took a step back. Broderick Jones, biggest loser out of them all. I still have faith in him. I still think he'll be the franchise left tackle of this organization for years to come. So I'm not worried about that. I just think things need to get ironed out. Also, I thought losers were guys like Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, those guys. They probably weren't getting that separation that was needed in order for Justin maybe to complete some of those balls or maybe throw them some targets. So I thought those guys were losers on Sunday. But overall, I got to say this team looks solid. So those are my winners and losers. Anybody else got any? Elliott and Jackson are two defensive pickups that we absolute start. Yeah, I think so too. All right, guys. But those are my winners and losers. Let me get back through the chat where I was over here. I'm going to get going. Have a good night, everyone. See you, man. Have a good one, man. Thanks for contributing to the conversation, Explorer. Russ, I kept telling you all Zach was going to live up to the tradition at center. Yeah, dude, I've thought that ever since the draft process started for that class, that Zach Frazier was the absolute best center in that draft. Even with all the Jackson Powers Johnson hype, continually thought that Zach Frazier was just that guy, and I think he is producing, man. I think we got a good one, Russ, and I hope to continue to see more from him. All right, I can keep going. Yes, that was a great read by Corey. Let's hit the shit out of the like button. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Jones will learn from this. Felt bad for him. Hope coach puts him back out there so he doesn't lose confidence. I think what is happening to Broderick is coach's problem. I think Coach Tomlin has created this issue. And if Coach Tomlin would have done what they needed to do when they drafted him, and that is put this kid in place, especially this year. I could have seen last year. Last year's fine. I have no arguments about what they did with him last year. But this year, they had to come out and get this shit settled early. And not continue to play this Dan Moore shit. Not continue to play this musical chairs at the tackle position. The most important positions next to quarterback in my eyes in today's NFL are the tackles. They have to be good. They have to be good, or you lose. You lose games. And it's sad what they've done to Broderick in my eyes. It really fires me up. Broderick did make one stupid comment, though, on Sunday, and he said, I should have never been in there if I wasn't starting the game. I should have never even been in there. I shouldn't even play. I don't like that. Now, we backtracked a little bit, tried to make it better. But I could sense Broderick losing his cool a little bit. And I just hope and pray that young man just recenters, focuses, and gets back to doing all the things that we all believe he can do. We knew, guys, when he got drafted that he was going to be a project. He lacked experience. It is what it is. But we saw the potential. We all saw it. The Steelers saw it. And I think it's still there, and I think it can still be tapped. I just think that he is in a little bit of a bump in the road caused by the coaching staff and their gross mismanagement of this roster. And they've been doing that for years. And nobody can really sit here and argue that Mike Tomlin is a piss poor roster manager. Piss poor. He's bad at it. Bad. So, just my thoughts. I really like this draft class. Wouldn't it be great if they could equal the draft class of 74? Yes, I can dream and believe. Yeah, it's very hard to ever top something like that, though, John. Very hard. I don't know if you'll ever see it again in your lifetime. We'll see, though. I wish, buddy. You're right about Tomlin not putting these guys in their spot. Yeah, Russ, it's just frustrating. You know, when the fan base can see some of these things and, you know, you're wondering why the coach isn't, and it's kind of crazy. Excuse me. And by no means am I sitting here saying that we all know more than Mike Tomlin, that we all know more than this coaching staff, we all know more than the Steelers. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's some pretty obvious gross mismanagement of the roster that have been going on for years that even a blind man could see. So, just saying. Biz, Mike Tomlin absolutely bad at talent management and develop. He needs to find someone to do it for him. Absolutely. They got the cash. Find somebody to do that shit for you if you can't do it. And two, I think he's stubborn. Very stubborn with some of his shit. You just don't go and for the sake of loyalty or for the sake of being right, you don't make decisions off of just those types of feelings. You make decisions for what? What is best for the football team? What is going to grow the football team? What is going to add W's to that win column? That is all that matters. And if that's not what you're making your decisions based off of, then you're wrong, Mike. You're wrong, Mike Tomlin. You're wrong. All right, guys, if I missed your chat question, I'm sorry. My chat jumped around, and I'm not digging back through. So I'm down to the bottom where Beer Malls is. Beer Malls is Herbert. Is Herbert good to go on Sunday? I heard the x-rays checked out. I hope he's injured. I hope he's not injured, but it would be nice if he didn't play. Yeah, no doubt. I think he will play. I think he'll be effective. I think he will be the guy that we thought he is. But definitely the Steelers, again, guys, they have to watch for that misdirection. They have to watch for the motions and the sweeps and the different misdirection type plays with the strong arm of Justin Herbert, with the mobility of Justin Herbert. I do think, however, that the Pittsburgh Steelers will still really be effective rushing four. I think they will still be able to get home with very minimal numbers rushing Justin Fields. Now, the question is, are they going to be able to contain him and keep him inside of the pocket and not allow him outside to make plays? Craig Warlow, Tomlin being stubborn cost Steelers games and player. It does. It does. And people overlook it. People will say it's not true. People will say it's a lie. People will argue to the death about Mike T, man. Yeah, he did, Russ. He definitely did. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping the show up, so any comments, questions, and concerns, make sure you hurry up and put them in the chat because I'm about to shut her down. My wife brought home some Muriel's from Fairmont, West Virginia. Danny George knows what I'm talking about. It's banging, so I'm about to go tear that up. Don't put no... dude, guys, no political stuff, please. Thank you. Yeah, no political stuff, guys. I may agree with you or I may not agree with you. I just don't want to do that here. It's not the place, guys. The one big issue I have with Tomlin is he really doesn't know how to develop players. Anybody remember Legursky? He ended up centering in a Super Bowl. He played the lineup and down, then gone. Yeah, there's many examples of that, John, and it's kind of crazy, man. I'm so sick and tired how much TJ and Alex get held and don't get called. Yeah, it definitely feels like it for us. And, I've always been the type of guy to where I always said, it's fair. There's no deficiencies. It's called even. But, man, these refs are bad, guys. They're so bad. So bad. I mean, damn. There ain't even much more I can say. They are just horrible. Didn't see Ravens being 0-2. Hey, I didn't see him being 0-3, but we're about to see it this Sunday when the Cowboys smack that ass, man. They're about to tear them up. Yes, thank you. No politics, bro. Exactly. That's what it is, man. This is for to breathe, to get outside of the real world, dude. That's exactly what we are here for at Mike Drop Sports. We are not here for social issues, political issues. We are here for fun, man. Talking football. That's it. We can talk other fun stuff too, but none of that other stuff, man. I do that enough in my life, and I don't want to do it. Flint the dad, listen, I know I haven't been here long, but it's time to do what dads do. Dad has to go away for a little. Okay, dude, whatever the hell that meant. Later, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. See, good to have you. I just didn't understand what you're saying, but see you later, brother. Oh, yeah, Russ, you know what I'm talking about, buddy. I'm about to go tear that shit up, man. Good night, Big John. Jesse Zerk, TD should be all the offense thinks about. Oh, yeah, no doubt, Jesse. I agree with that. 1,000%. All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining us here on Steel City Live, your favorite damn live YouTube show, live stream every day, talking football, talking Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget tomorrow to join us for our morning upload. The views have been going back up here during the season, so I'm really, really pleased with that. But tune in, listen to us. I'm going to start having it out before 6 a.m. That way you can enjoy it on your ride to work or something of that nature, and I just spilled pop all over the damn place. So, yeah, that's what we're going to try to do, guys. So, definitely I appreciate any views, any help with that, spreading the word. Again, I just made a complete and utter mess. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And until the next time, man, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.